is 8:33 p.m. and so many people would be asleep by now, and I feel sleepy and tired, but then I am live today because I I took a vow of consistency. So I remember in my last video, that was like during the last live video, I said that I was unsure if I'll be live, this past week, because today is Sunday now, so we're in a new week. So from Monday to Saturday, I didn't show up live because I was busy. I was caught up in a lot of things with work, and then there wasn't really much traffic last week. But when I'd get home, I'd be tired. I just crash down and sleep, and I think I watched some movies on Friday night, Saturday night. Um, but here I am. I'm here because I kept telling myself, Olanike, you said you were going to show up regardless of the situation, no matter what happens. You're going to show up. You're going to keep doing these live videos until you're able to scale to what you actually want to do with this, videos. So right, I'm supposed to be reflecting on my weekly activities. I took pictures this week. I took like lots and lots of pictures, different from, oh gosh, this one, different from the ways I've always like taking pictures, because I used to love to take pictures of myself until my phone spoiled and I had to get a new phone. And I'm just trying to love myself again, in front of the camera, and get used to seeing my face um, as a form of a picture. So I took beautiful pictures of myself today. I made videos of myself. No, not today, sorry. Last week, because now we're in a new week. Hi, Hudo. Good evening. Good evening. Thank you for joining me. I'm supposed to say that, right? Yeah. So, hi, Ravi. Hi. So this past week, I took pictures and made videos of myself. I think I put up one video on TikTok. Yeah, I'm fine, Udo. I'm very fine. How are you doing, sir? Hope you're doing very well. Um, so I posted the video on TikTok. I posted on YouTube Shorts. I think I posted on Instagram, but there's this. I kept feeling like I'm not sure this video is good enough. So I deleted it from Instagram. Oh, that's nice. So I want to ask, where are you from? Oh, we asked the same question at the same time. I'm I'm from Nigeria, of course. I'm from where will I say I'm from now? I'm in Ogun State, Nigeria. What about you? And Ravi, I think Ravi is from India, if I'm correct. So okay, because are you from Cross River? Udo. I'm trying to be sure. Oh, Akwa Ibom, I missed it. Yes, and I was close. I was close. I was kind of close. So but thank you. It's nice to meet you. So basically, what I do, yeah, I missed it. What I do on life is to like create a documentary of my life. So I'm going to be like reflecting on the activities of the past week and the things that I want to do and the things that I did not do. Just a life check of my life, right here for me to always come back to and reflect, on. I did miss it. Wait, you're from Akwa Ibom, do you like stay in Akwa Ibom, or you're from Akwa Ibom and you stay in somewhere like maybe Lagos, Asaba, Oka, My name is Nike. My name is Olanike. My name is in my bio. I think you should be able to see it. Um, so what was I saying? Yeah, I wanted to like say something exciting for me. Yeah, I watched movies. In my last videos, I mentioned wanting to watch documentary films, but then I searched and searched, and I was just tired of searching because I didn't find um the kind of documentary film that I wanted to watch. So a colleague was watching Korean movie K drama at work, and then I told the person to recommend a film, and then she recommended Business Proposal. I feel like nobody should ever come for me, but I feel like the movie is made. It was just one of those kind of K drama films that you see and you are bored and you're like, okay, I'm just reading my eyes. I think I know where this is going, and I didn't like the way it ended. So um, that was it for movies, and then something exciting happened today. So I went to church today. Now, don't get me wrong. Um, it's not like I don't go to church, but then there is this difference in going to church and being around the people in church and worshiping and listening and partaking in the service, being a part of something that makes me feel, oh hi Adewale, good evening, thank you. So I attend the Logic Church. The Logic is an acronym for Love of God in Christ. So the last time I was in the physical church was sometime in January 2024, and that is because I moved from Lagos to Ogun State. So I had always like just joined the virtual service and attend like the local church in my area here. So I always felt, even sometimes I don't even join the virtual online service on YouTube because I just feel tired. I feel like I want to attend physical church, and then I woke up today. So I'm going to be. Thank you so much, Udo. I'm going to be very honest. Um, when I couldn't attend church, that is Logic Church, in Maryland, um, Lagos. Most of last year, I didn't really attend service last year. I didn't really go to church last year, and that was because I had like a phase that I would maybe talk about in another live video. So being able to attend that service today since January 2024, it just makes me feel, I feel grateful. I felt good. I still feel good because even tonight I was just thinking about like the sermon, and the scriptures that we learned and talked about. So actually, if I had looked at the weather, I wouldn't have gone. So I was somewhere around Ikeja like yesterday. I stayed there until today, and then the cloud was very dark, and I kept saying, "Oh, I don't know if I want to go to church. The cloud is dark. What if it rains? And before that, right before today, before this month, that happened today. So yesterday I was saying, I'm not sure I'll go to church, although I'm in Ikeja. I was in Ikeja. Ikeja to Maryland was not so far, so or is not so far rather. So I was not like, I don't think I have money. I have to spend money for ticket, going to Maryland to church, then coming back, and then I got more money, right? And then I looked at my account and I was like, okay, I have money, but now the problem is this rain. I don't want to go to church and then it rains and then I am drenched in rain doing, and then I began to regret going to church. But then God's so good. Service begins at 9. I go to church at 8:27 a.m. and I think between 8:25 and 8:27 I got to church, early. Thank you, Gadam. Thank you. Good evening. So I got to church early, and then a few minutes later, it started to rain, and I was so happy. I was like, oh, thank God that it didn't rain on my way to church. And then when I left church around past 12 p.m. And the rain it had started to drizzle, and I was thinking, oh my God, it's going to rain again, it's going to rain, and I want to go home. And then I got home and it did not rain. And then from Ikeja, I came back to Ogun State, and it did not, like, the cloud was very dark, and I was so scared. I was saying, oh, I have my laptop with me. My laptop is going to be drenched in rain. I was so scared and so sad. But then I got home and it didn't rain. And it just made me like, I felt so excited. No, no, I don't know my height. I can't tell you if I'm 5'1" or 5'2" or this measurements. But then I don't think I'm a tall person like that. So yeah, I wanted to say something. So that was like, I'm getting WhatsApp messages from a friend, and I won't be able to like respond to her yet. So that was just how my Sunday has been. And then yes, about the scriptures that we're talking about in church. So one of it was this scripture. I took my face. Wait, can you determine a person's height from the look of their face? I don't think so. I would have to check that out. I don't think that looking at a person's face, you know, would tell you that they are tall. Exactly. So you know what I do? Whenever I see a tall person, whenever I see a tall person, I just walk up to them and measure my shoulder. So I go like this, and then I tell myself, oh, I have hope. You're looking at someone taller than you are, and you're just trying to measure and say, yeah, you have hope, that kind of thing. It's just one of those things that I do. Yeah. So one of the scriptures that we read, I took a snapshot of. Oh, that's terrible English. I took a snapshot of it. It's the book of Romans chapter 4 verse 17. I have not like really thought about it like on a deeper level, but that scripture just sticks somehow. It says we call Abraham father, and because he got God's attention by living like a saint, but because not because he got God's attention by living like a saint, but because God made something out of Abraham when he was a nobody. Isn't that what we've always read in scripture? God saying to Abraham, I set you up as father of many people. Abraham was first named father and then became a father because he dared to trust God to do what only God could do, raise the dead to life with a word, make something out of nothing. When everything when everything was hopeless, Abraham believed anyway, deciding to live not on the basis of what he saw he couldn't do, but on what God said he would do. And so he was made father of a multitude of people. God himself said to him, you're going to have a big family, Abraham. So, um, you know, I just rushed, right? I just rushed through the scripture. And while the pastor was reading it today, and it was on the screen, it hit me that I I attended um my cousin's church sometime in April, and then I saw like a writing on the wall of the church, and I don't remember the exact lines, but it was something around stop saying it was something around, you know, things happen when you see them, right? Like, for example, I want to be a millionaire, right? And then I see myself, working and earning in millions and owning millions, exploring. So I'm able to work towards, becoming a millionaire. And that write up, from today's teaching in church, it took me back to that time in April. And that time in April took me back to 2024, where I used to say something so stupid as, if I don't see it, it does not happen, right? I was so closed minded. I had become very, very closed minded that I kept telling myself, imagine something like, oh, maybe for example, I was broke, and then I say, oh, tomorrow I don't have money. I don't have money now. I don't think I can buy this thing tomorrow. I kept telling and it is not that it was impossible for me to get money, but then I did not see myself getting money. So I tell myself, if I don't see it, it does not happen. So a lot of like opportunities that I could have taken a hold of, a lot of things that I could have done well and excelled at. I kept telling myself, oh, I don't see it happening. I don't see it happening. And the moment you don't see something happening first from your mind, you know, then it does not happen like really. Like I remember watching a TikTok shot of Grey's Anatomy, one of those episodes where um they had to get like a psychologist to talk to a patient. And I remember one of the things the man said in the movie, like they were trying to, the lady she had a condition where she had to start itching her ear. So she would itch and itch and itch and itch and itch, scratch and scratch and scratch and scratch until it just became like a wound, and it just grew and grew and grew bigger. So one of the things that the psychologist and the doctor who was assisting had to um, help her with was to trick her brain. So she was scratching like the right side of her brain, whereas there was nothing wrong. The right, sorry, I said her brain, the right side of her head. And in reality, medically, there was nothing wrong with her head. So it was because she had gotten used to scratching that part. So her brain now believed that there was something wrong, and then it now submitted to, you know, an injury, and then it just grew bigger and bigger. So the doctor now said that they should trick her brain to think that it was the left side, that was just that just needed some itching. So that just made me realize that seeing something is not like seeing it in the physical. We are actually training our brain to see that thing before it even happens in real life. So I remember an old friend used to say to me, "Oh, Nikki, don't shortchange yourself. Don't shortchange yourself. You keep shortchanging yourself." And all of these things that I've said now just made me realize that I have really been shortchanging myself like my whole life, because especially last year I kept telling myself, if I don't see it, it does not happen. If I don't see it, it does not happen. And then I failed to see it. It was like someone would share an opportunity with me, and I'd be like, I don't think I can get it. And when they ask me why, I say I don't see it. So I became so close minded, I became so blind that even the things that could be mine, I told myself they could never be mine because I did not see it. So now, one of the things that I've now like learned, and I am trying, like I'm the same way I'm trying to be consistent, I am trying to do is to see things and they would happen. Now, not necessarily because, okay, maybe for example, like this clip, I know it's color yellow, right? But then I want to trick my brain. I want to say, okay, this clip can come in color green and color red too, right? But I can only see yellow, right? So I tell myself, okay, I see green, I see red, I see this clip in green and in red, even though I don't see it physically. What am I trying to do? I'm trying to trick my brain to believe that there is this clip in green and red. So the moment my brain is tricked, the moment my mind is attuned to seeing it in green and red, then I can go to the market tomorrow and I will very well see this clip in green and in red. So that's one of like the things that I got from today's service in church. And of course, I danced. I was super excited to be there. I made videos and posted on um my WhatsApp. I shared it on I shared them on my IG story too. So um that is a part of it for me. It's like I'm supposed to be sleeping right now. This is 8:56 p.m. Deep 8:56 p.m. And on a norm I should be asleep because I sleep early. But I knew that I had to be here and that I had to make this video, even though I'll just have to design a thumbnail tomorrow, um, and think of a title, because I don't always have these things planned. I know they say you should plan, but sometimes I just love like spontaneous things. I love to see how things go, you know, those kind of things. So I'm going to say again the reason I do these videos. I make these videos to document my life, my experiences, my stories, because it is me documenting my life. And whenever people are opportune to join me, while I'm doing so, um, they are always welcome. Like the few interactions that I had, today on this life has been good, right? That's been good. So uh, I want perfume. I don't know if I'm the only one, but whenever I want to go to sleep, I like to wear perfume to sleep. Now this is one of those, you can call it like a cheap perfume. It's very small. I think my mom bought it maybe 800 naira or 700 naira, but it smells good. It smells nice, and it smells like I can still perceive it. I sprayed it like an hour ago. No, yeah, I think it's like an hour ago since I sprayed it, and it still smells. I wish you could perceive it from phone, but yeah. So the reason I like to wear perfume before like going to sleep is because sometimes when I turn around on the bed and then I perceive my clothing, I just go, I smell nice, and I have like good dreams. you know. So um that is just it. I told myself that this life video will not be long. At most, most, at most like 30 minutes. And yes, my lashes they cut off when I was sleeping. I don't know why. I don't know if I saw a movie that was emotional and it made me cry so much that the tears wet my lashes. Of course, they are not lash extensions. They are cluster lashes, so they are not as strong. Like the glue is not as strong as the one for um lash extensions. And the last time I did lash extensions, I didn't like where I did it. The woman, she didn't really know how to do it, or she does not really know how to do it because it didn't last for long. And I did classic lash extension. I paid 10,000 naira for that. So it was supposed to last for like a month, 2 months. It lasted like I don't think it lasted for up to 2 weeks. I don't think it did. But then it just hopefully I'll get another lash done and it will be better than this one. I'm hoping that the next one that I do will be lash extensions. So my hair, of course, I made it last week. So oh my god. I feel like this is I don't know, I don't feel like it's boring because it's just me and I'm just like talking to my camera, which is one of the things that I derive joy in. And yeah, I just remembered something. I say that things just flash through my memory and it just comes to me. So I remember seeing a post on Instagram this this past week, and someone asked the question that is it okay starting over at 28? And I just thought about it that even me, I'm starting over right now. I'm not 28, not yet, but very soon. And I'm starting over. I'm trying to do like things, and sometimes they don't work out. Sometimes I feel like I'm wasting my time, and other times I feel like okay, I'm giving it a shot. So I don't know how life is going to turn out in a matter of months and years, but I hope I hope I am wealthy enough to afford the life that I want myself, my family, my friends and siblings, and with whoever it is that I may be with. I want to be able to afford a good life. Now I really, really desire. Before I was not thinking. I didn't really have sense all those years, and I think it's because I was not really aware. I was not really sure of the things that I want, you know, from life, from people, from friendships. So, but now it's beginning to like get clearer and clearer by the day. Um, I can now see like my choices, the people around me, um, the conversations that I have with people now, and the things that I do. Because just before I started this life, I remembered someone who used to be my friend. I actually stopped being friends with the person because now if you ever get to see this video, I see if you're a logistic idiot. I still do believe that. I said of course to you. So I remember telling this person that I was not going to contact them anymore and I was not going to like have a conversation with them anymore. They're not worth my time. wants to be in the same space as me, um, as you know, with me, right? That's the correct word. That's the correct sentence. Yeah. And they just told me, oh, I know you don't give up on people easily. You'd call me back. You'd still check up on me. I haven't done that in three, I think 3 months now. 3 months. Damn me. Damn me. Yeah, because whenever I did up to here, it's done. So I just remember that, you know, and it's a sign of growth for me because I understand that I love people so much, like the people around me, they've used it so much to their advantage though. I love people so much. I love to see people happy. I love to see people winning. I just so much, so I don't know why I have this huge feeling and love for people. Except of course you don't have sense. Except of course you are a terrible person. That is when you and I would, not really gel. So, and I meet people like that, and it's part of life. So people have used that to their advantage a lot. My likeness for them. Um, I think I was obsessed with people. I was obsessed with the idea of having people around me and loving people and calling them my own. That thing where you say, "Oh, this person is my person. That person is my person." Oh, we are family. We are bound. Um, we are that friend that sticks closer than a brother. That kind of concept. I think I thought so much about that I did not think about um, the kind of persons I really wanted in my space, and the kind of people that should be around me. So I made that mistake a lot, in my early years, but I'm grateful that I have now learned. I learned the hard way though because I was heartbroken, not from a relationship, but from friendships. I was really heartbroken. So even to this other person that I had to cut off, it broke my heart that I had to like just say, you know what, I don't want you in my space anymore. You you glorify misogyny over like being a sensible human being. So I was sad, but I was pissed. You know, I was sad that whoever he is with, whoever he's in a relationship with, may see these things and just ignore the red flags. Like, you saw the red flags, baby, but you ignored the red flags. Mm. You can't dey vex. Hey, I don't know that song. I shall know that it's by Ruga. So imagine someone who is in a relationship with a red billboard, and the person stays regardless, and the person is dancing to and vibing to Ruga's red flag. Can you imagine that? So I don't know, Shao. I don't know for people who are in that situation. I've been there, but you know, oh, finally I removed it. I've been there, but and it's something I would never recommend, never ever recommend being in a relationship with someone who celebrates loudly the ideas and doings of misogyny. So, but it broke my heart. I had to let them go, but I had to for my own sake and for their own sake. Hopefully, they learn. So, these things. It just draws back to, or like just goes down to the whole days about something so respond to the tweet also. You can start over as many times as possible, you can rebrand as many times as possible, which is true. But sometimes, you'd wish that you started earlier. And I think I'm in that category of people who wish that they started earlier. And not just that they started earlier, would wish that they didn't stop when they started, because I started something so beautiful and then I stopped, unfortunately. So that's a long story, side story, sha. So I've been in this video soon, but you already know the reason I am here today is because I'm trying to beat it. I'm trying to beat the difficulties and the pains of consistency. And yeah, the reason I do this live video is to document my life. You see, I'm just having fun on my own. I'm just chilling. Although the plan for this live documentary is beyond just having to sit in a place and talk. There is what do you there's nothing than this, but I don't want to have to wait until I get those things ready, or until I'm able to do those things before I press record. So that is why I'm here. And I've told you the story of how I started in my previous live videos. And if anybody ever comes across these videos, I don't know what to say to you, man. But if you ever come across these videos, this is me, this is my life, this is where I'm at right now. So, and I hope to move. I know I'll move. I will. And things will get better and better and better and better and better for me, and beautiful for me. And yeah, my skin looks good. I'm trying to work on my skin and my forehead. I'm always like excited when I talk about my forehead. And I don't know why, but I feel like men need to embrace their foreheads. I know men, just men, they really care. Women want to look fashionable and beautiful, so they just wear wigs and just cover it. I feel like the forehead is like one of our biggest insecurities as women. And I have a video idea. So I think I'm going to like really happy to just having women embrace their forehead. I don't know what it's going to be like, but you know, what are we for? We for. So that will be all for today, and then I'll come live this. I'll be live this new week. Yeah, I'll get back to my schedule. So usually I'll be live like on Thursday. Yeah, probably on Thursday and Sunday. Those are days that I go live usually. And I don't know, I decide to show up the other day. Yeah. So here's the documents in my life. Life. Ciao. Bye bye. Father, we thank you.